Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Chem Insider. So in today's class we'll be carrying over the certain topics from the Some Basic Concepts and Techniques chapter of class 11 of the organic chemistry topics. So now let us discuss about classification of organic compounds. As I said in the previous videos, organic compound was synthesized in the earlier centuries like 200-300 years ago, but what we didn't know was organic compounds lasted for about a millennials. Therefore, as more and more the organic compounds were synthesized or to be found, what happened was it was clearly necessary for us to classify those in certain classes in order to understand their property or behavior with certain other compounds. Therefore, the classification of organic compounds was meant to be very much required process in order to understand the organic compounds which are already present in the environment and those which are to be synthesized in order to put those in their particular classes. So how to classify those organic compounds? Therefore, basically, in order to classify an organic compound in a simple manner, scientists made up a particular convention that organic compounds which have a cyclic structure should be placed in one class and those which don't have a cyclic structure are to be placed in the other class. That is because when they compare with the reactions of those with cyclic nature or with those non-cyclic nature, they clearly found to have certain different characteristics. Therefore, for the classification of organic compounds, first it was based on the classification of organic compounds was based on their structure. Classification of organic compounds was based on their structure. So, depending upon if a compound is cyclic or non-cyclic, they are classified into two classes. The first one which says acyclic compounds, which are also called as open chain compound. Acyclic compounds or open chain compounds. The other one are the cyclic compounds, or also called as ring compounds, which is also called as closed chain compounds. So clearly we have two classes, one which are the organic compounds which are acyclic or open chain, and those which are cyclic or ring type in nature or closed chain in consideration. Further, so what is acyclic compound? If your organic compound has no ring present in it and it is having either a straight chain or a branch chain. Acyclic or open chain compounds are those compounds which do not involve a bond in a circular form. Okay, carbon atoms will not be bonded with other carbon atoms in a circular form. Then those type of organic compounds are said to be acyclic or open chain organic compounds. Further, there are two different classes in acyclic or open chain compounds. Those are straight chain and branched chain. Okay, acyclic compounds are further classified into two types. One is a straight chain compound and the other one is branched chain. That means if one of the carbon atom is attached to more than two carbons, if one of the carbon in an organic compound is attached to more than two carbons, then those particular compounds are said to be branched chain carbons. Like for example, if you consider this carbon atom is attached to three other carbon atoms. Therefore, it increases the branching, just similar to the branches of the tree. Okay. Whereas the straight chain compounds are those where carbon atoms are either bonded with one carbon or two carbons. Okay. So therefore, acyclic or open chain compounds are also called as straight chain compounds or branched chain compounds. There are two types, straight chain compounds or branched chain compounds. Now, for the closed or the ring or the closed cyclic chain compounds, there are further two types. One which has a ring involving just carbon atoms present in it, and those which have other than carbon atoms. Like for example, as I said, Hydrocarbons usually are made up of carbon and hydrogen. Most of the organic compounds are of carbon and hydrogen, but some of them have other elements also, like for example nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, somewhat like that. Therefore, if you have a closed chain organic compound which involves just carbon atom in the bond formation in the ring, if there is just carbon atom present in the ring formation, then those compounds are called homocyclic organic compounds. So these are called homocyclic. That means the compounds which have just carbon atoms in the ring. Okay, if an organic compound which is in the form of a closed chain or a ring chain has just carbon atoms present in it, then those are called homocyclic organic compounds. And if they have more other elements other than carbon atom, if they have elements other than carbon atom, then they are called heterocyclic organic compounds. Heterocyclic organic compounds. Usually the hetero atoms which are often found are oxygen, nitrogen and sulfur. Usually these three are the most commonly found hetero atoms in an organic ring chain compounds. Now in the homocyclic compounds, there is further two types. Homocyclic compounds are further classified into two more classes. One is alicyclic organic compound. One is alicyclic organic compound and the other one is aromatic organic compound. Alicyclic organic compound and the other one is aromatic organic compounds. So what do you mean by alicyclic and what do you mean by aromatic? Alicyclic organic compounds are those which have carbon atoms and their properties is quite similar to those that of the acyclic compounds. Even though they have a ring structure, but their properties are quite familiar with respect to the acyclic compounds. Okay, so those are called the alicyclic organic compounds. Whereas aromatic organic compounds are those which have a specific benzene ring present in it. So aromatic organic compounds are those which have a specific type of aroma when they are burnt. Okay, when they are burnt on fire, they give away a certain type of smells. That is because of different properties, and particularly these aromatic hydrocarbons we'll be discussing about more in the next chapters of Unit 13. Where these aromatic hydrocarbons are further classified to two types because of the presence of benzene ring. As of most of the aromatic hydrocarbon carry a benzene ring in them. A benzene ring is nothing but a cyclic hexagon with alternative double and single bond. Okay, that particular compound is called the benzene ring. So aromatic compounds are those usually carry a benzene ring, and there are some other aromatic compounds which do not have a benzene ring in them. Therefore, aromatic compounds are further classified to two types: benzenoid compounds and non-benzenoid compounds. Benzenoid compounds and non-benzenoid compounds. So these are the classes of organic compounds which are based on the structure. So organic compounds are classified to these particular classes depending upon the structure. So first one is acyclic or open chain hydrocarbon, and the other one is cyclic or ringed or closed chain hydrocarbon. Okay. So now let us discuss about one after the other with certain examples. Okay. Let's start with acyclic open chain, acyclic or open chain hydrocarbon. So acyclic or open chain hydrocarbon, as I said, they are of two types. If the given hydrocarbon just has a straight chain, then it is acyclic hydrocarbon. If a given hydrocarbon has carbon atom attached to more than two carbons, then that will be called as a branched chain. Like for example, CH3, CH2, CH3. So this is an example for straight chain. So here the carbon atoms are attached to one or two, maximum of two carbon atoms. Okay. So these two carbons are attached with one carbon with one another, whereas this is attached to two carbon. So this is an example for straight chain hydrocarbon. Okay. Next, for the branched chain, we can take an example of CH3, CH, CH3, CH2, CH3. If we consider this example, so this particular carbon over here is attached to 3 carbon atoms, 1, 2 and 3. Therefore, this is an example for acyclic organic compound which is branched in nature. So if you consider this as a parent trunk of a tree, this will be a branch. Okay. So similarly, acyclic compounds are classified to straight and branched chain. Now, for a cyclic or a ring or a closed chain hydrocarbon, as I said, there are two types. One is homocyclic, which involves just carbon atoms present in it, and heterocyclic, which have other elements when compared to carbon atom also. So let us consider, for example, if you write down the structures of the examples for cyclic and cyclic classification itself, you can also use the particular examples for other classification also, such as for a cyclic homocyclic organic compound, you can take an example of a 5-membered ring. So as we have discussed in the previous video, this is a bond length structure of CH2, 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 CH2 and a bond. Okay, so these two are same structures. So this is a condensed form structure, whereas this is the bond length structure. Okay, so I hope you can understand the bond length structures itself. So I'm not going to write down the condensed or the complete structure. I'm just going to write down the bond length structure for the examples. So this is an example for homocyclic hydrocarbon or organic compound. Homocyclic organic compound. Now, what if for an example of heterocyclic organic compound? So instead of one of the carbon atom, we replace with it an oxygen. If we replace one of the carbon with oxygen, that gives us heterocyclic organic compound. This is an heterocyclic organic compound. Its name is tetrahydrofuran. So this is an heterocyclic organic compound which is named as tetrahydrofuran, where one of the carbon atom is replaced by an oxygen atom. Okay, so this is called a cyclopentane. Remember, the names also change when you replace the carbon atom by other elements such as oxygen, nitrogen and sulfur. Okay, so these two are examples for homocyclic hydrocarbon, heterocyclic hydrocarbon. Okay, further this can also be used as an example for alicyclic hydrocarbon also, because homocyclic hydrocarbons are further classified to two, right? Alicyclic hydrocarbon and aromatic hydrocarbon. So therefore, if you consider for a cyclic or a ring or a closed chain compound which is an aromatic, we can take an example of benzene itself. Okay, if you consider over here, this structure is nothing but CH, 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 double bond CH, single bond CH. So these two are the same structures. This is a condensed form structure, whereas this is the bond length structure. This is also an example for homocyclic organic compound. Therefore, out of these two homocyclic organic compound, if you compare carefully, this does not have any double bond, but this has an alternative double bond and single bond. What happens when you come across the cyclic or a homocyclic compound is, most of the alicyclic hydrocarbons also carry a double bond, but those double bonds are not conjugated. So what is conjugated means? If you have alternative double bond and single bond, then those are called conjugated compounds. So now here we have a homocyclic organic compound example. Now further, if you have to classify more of the homocyclic, which is alicyclic and aromatic, you can take the same example for alicyclic and that for aromatic. We will discuss more example also. So this is an example for alicyclic. This is an example for aromatic. Okay. Further, you can take two more examples. So now, if you observe carefully, this compound and this compound are completely different. This is an alicyclic compound. It is an alicyclic compound, whereas it is an aromatic compound. Okay, this compound is called cyclohexane 1,4 diene. Cyclohexane 1,4 diene. Okay, so this is an alicyclic compound, whereas it is an aromatic compound. If you want one more example for aromatic compound, you can take this particular example. So this is called aniline, an example for aromatic hydrocarbon. You can take one more example also, which have more than one benzene ring, such as like this. So this is called naphthalene. So this is also an aromatic hydrocarbon. Okay. So we knew there is just last classification of alicyclic, that which have a cyclic structure with carbon atoms present in it, and aromatic compounds which have benzene ring present in it. Now further, aromatic compounds are further classified to two types: those which have benzene ring and those which do not have a benzene ring. Therefore, if you consider these three examples, all these three have a benzene ring. And if these three have a benzene ring, therefore it can be said as benzenoid compounds also. These three examples can also be considered for the example of benzenoid compounds. But what are the examples for non-benzenoid compound? That, for example, you can take this particular compound. Okay, if you observe carefully, this is a benzene ring. It is almost similar to benzene ring, but one of the carbon atom of the benzene ring is replaced by an heteroatom. Okay, so when we are discussing about the classification, we discussed cyclic are classified to heterocyclic organic compounds, right? When cyclic compounds are classified to two: homocyclic, heterocyclic. Homocyclic just contain carbon, heterocyclic contain heteroatom. Now further we compare alicyclic and aromatic. Further, aromatic are classified to two types: homocyclic, that are benzene ring just carbon atom compound, that is the benzene ring compounds, and non-benzenoid, that means they don't have a benzene ring present in it, but they might carry an heteroatom, or it might carry an ion present in it. Okay, it might have an ion or it might have an heteroatom in order to explain its aromaticity. So we'll discuss about the aromaticity, etc. in the next chapter of organic compounds. But for just now, this is about the classification. Okay, so this is the first basis of classification based on the structure of organic compounds. Next is based on functional groups. So whenever you come across organic compounds, most of them carry a functional group. So what do you mean by this functional group? If you have a hydrocarbon attached to other elements such as oxygen, nitrogen or sulfur or any halogens, those particular elements other than carbon and hydrogen induce a certain property on the hydrocarbon which is present. Like if you consider for CH3 molecule, if you consider for the CH3 molecule, that is ethane, this ethane molecule is gaseous in nature. This ethane is gaseous in nature, but when you replace a CH bond, I'll take CH2 and a H, when you replace one of the hydrogen by a OH group, if you replace one of the hydrogen of ethane by an OH group, this compound is called ethanol and it is liquid in state, which is also called an alcohol. Okay, so functional group are those where different elements are arranged themselves in specific manner which on attacks to an hydrocarbon induces certain physical and chemical properties of the hydrocarbon. That means usually a hydrocarbon carries certain type of physical or chemical property. When you attach a specific arrangement of elements to that particular hydrocarbon, they completely change the physical or chemical property of that particular hydrocarbon. Those type of functional groups, those type of atoms or group of atoms which vary the physical and chemical properties of a hydrocarbon are called the functional groups. Therefore, there are quite different types of functional groups like alcohol, that means which have a OH group present in a hydrocarbon, aldehyde which has a CHO group, ketone which has a CO group present, carboxylic acid which has a COOH group, etc. So those are the different types of functional group. That is, if we have OH group, this is called the hydroxy group. This OH group is called the hydroxy group. If you have a CHO, that means aldehyde group. If we have C double bond O, those are called keto group. If we have COOH, these are called carboxylic acid, and etc. Say we can also have halogens, etc. So whenever you come across the hydrocarbons or organic compounds which have specific functional group present in them, so based on the functional group present in those hydrocarbons, these organic compounds are classified to respective classes. Like if the organic compound have just OH group present in them, then those compounds are called alcohols. If they have CHO, then those are called aldehydes. If they have CO group, then those are called ketones. If they have COOH, those are called carboxylic acids. Okay, so this is about the classification of organic compounds based on the functional groups. So these are the two bases of classification of organic compounds. Okay, further what we observe is when you have classified a particular organic compound, it can be specified with a general formula, and these particular compounds vary with a specific CH2 unit. So if you consider for a CH3 molecule with CH4 molecule, okay, so certain hydrocarbons, what we observe is they have almost same type of properties, but what they do is they just vary with a small unit of CH2 group in their molecular formula, which completely changes them as a specific class. Like for example, if you start with CH4 and when you compare for the second species of this particular being, it has C2H6. So when you compare C2H6 and CH4, they too vary with the unit of CH2 group in their molecular formula. Those are called the homologous groups. Homologous groups are those compounds which vary by a CH2 unit in their molecular formula. And specifically, all these aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acids of a particular class might vary from one atom to one compound to other compound by a CH2 group. If multiple compounds of the same class vary by a CH2 unit, if multiple compounds of the same class are varying by a CH2 unit, then those are called the homologous series. Like for example, if you consider CH4, C2H6, C3H8, C4H10, so all these compounds are called alkanes. These compounds are called alkanes, and each of these compound with respect to the other compound is varying by a CH2 unit. Okay, C2H6 minus CH4 gives CH2, C3H8 minus C2H6 gives CH2, C4H10 minus C3H8 again gives a CH2. So this is called the homologous series. Therefore, whenever you come across a homologous series, then the particular compounds which constituting the homologous series is called homologues. These are called homologues, and the series which they are forming is called the homologous series. And that particular homologous series can be represented by a general formula. Like for example, alkanes have a general formula H2n plus 2. Okay, where n is nothing but the number of carbon atom. If you consider for one carbon, so that will be C1 H2 into 1 plus 2. 2 into 1 plus 2 will be nothing but 4. So C1 H4, first carbon. If you consider for second carbon, C2 H6, second group, C3 H8, third one, C4 H10, fourth one. So a homologous series are those compounds of homologues which vary by a CH2 unit, and they can be represented by a general formula. Okay, so this is all about the classification of organic compounds and this particular homologous series. In the next video, we will discuss about a nomenclature of organic compounds, which have two types, common name and IUPAC nomenclature. Okay, so I hope you have understood all these concepts which I explained. Please do subscribe to my channel, and if you have any doubts, comment down in the comment section, and hope you'll understand each and every topic, and share this video among your friends so that they get also use of these videos which I'm uploading. Thank you for watching.